I know that cock.
I know that cock.
The only person that's going to be here on time is me, apparently. And we have Buddy in the studio. Say hi, Buddy. Come here. Okay, Buddy, speak. Let's get Buddy on here. Me and you, Buddy. We're the only people that can get here on time. I want you to tell the audience what you think. Speak. Okay. There we go. There we go. So Buddy's talking. Buddy is in the studio. And Buddy is now being joined by our most dedicated hosts, co-hosts, and or radio personality, CJ. His last name is J, first name is C. Also, his cousin C. Low is very cool. And he does live by the sea. Maryland is pretty close to the sea. We are on the eastern shore of Power. What was that on 98 Rock?
Where's Connor at? I walked in on him all
he's
all bundled up on the couch.
Oh my God, he's the only one that lives here, and he's the only one that lives at this house, the studio, and he's not even in studio when we hit record.
Were you here when I came in?
No, I was not.
I didn't even look to see if your truck was here. I just walked in.
I was when you walked into my house without anybody knowing that
the door was not open, but it was unlocked.
Door's unlocked. I had two guard dogs watching my house.
But Buddy did come right to the door.
Yeah, I had Buddy and Connor, the two guard dogs. Connor
was like, "Hello, CJ."
There's a reason for this, CJ. There's a reason.
It's the Mike Tyson fight, right?
Mike Tyson kept us
all up late.
Holy crap! It was recorded in Texas.
Did you watch all 4 fights?
I did watch from the very start.
Okay.
I
missed the first 2 fights.
I saw
the lady fight, which was pretty damn good. I saw the lady fight that was right before Logan and
that was the best
Mike.
Fight of the entire night.
It was very good. Yeah.
Fantastic. Everything about it. Do you remember? I know one of
the chick's forehead was about to fall off. It was cut so.
That was true. Lauren, my wife.
Oh, did you put the ring on?
I did not put a ring on yet, but we're there. She couldn't look at the screen.
Oh, dude, it was
brutal.
but I think she won.
Yeah,
I think she got robbed.
I think she did. She absolutely did. There was a little controversial there at the very end. Did you hear the interviews at the end? Immediately following the fight, not interviews.
Which fight? The girl fight or the?
They're up there. And then they're like, no, yo. Her coach.
Where did y'all watch it? Did you watch it
at
Lawrence
and I's place? Yeah,
I watched it at a local establishment, so
you didn't get the
sound
details.
wasn't great. I wasn't able to hear it. Yeah.
So she's from Denmark, Sweden, or something. She's talking, hold on to stand. Blah, blah, blah. So, really, I mean, probably, I'm sure it was a sexy accent at some point, but it does that.
Well, when you've been
but after being
smashed in the face 30 plus times.
So she's from Finland, I think, and so she's up there, she's like, it was a really good fight, and blah blah blah, and she's telling all this stuff, and then the other girl, she's like gangsta Latino, she's like, whatever that sounds like, just it was also sexy. And she just got her ass reamed and got beat. She actually lost, but with her eye flapping off, she got to talk for a little bit. It was really good. Whatever she said was really good. And then all of a sudden, her coach comes in. Her man, it was a black dude, I think, or a Latino dude.
Mm-hmm.
He's standing up there, nice and tall, and he's like, "Man, if you look back at the other girl's fight, every time it's a headbutt that's happening, and she's got such a big ass head." Blah blah blah, and all these excuses of why this girl lost, and I'm like, well, I'm looking at it, I'm thinking, if I was that girl and I was going to fight a girl that I'd check out my opponent, I'd be like, oh, what normally happens? Oh, she headbutts everyone? Well, I better fucking watch out for that.
Right.
So I wouldn't have the coach being like, well, that girl headbutts everyone. No, you should have known that shit.
No, Samson cut all his hair off.
We, today, it's a Saturday, we're recording this, and the day after the Jake Paul and Mike Tyson fight, nobody got their ears bit. Now, we just, CJ, we just had somebody come in studio. We're going to be having this throughout this episode. This is a Saturday, very special episode, as I say that.
As people awaken. At noon to 1 o'clock.
Noon to 1. Holy shit. So that Mike Tyson fight was insanity. It was supposed to start at, I was told by...
What time did the the whole program started around 8?
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock. Okay,
So I invited people over.
4 fights. So
Yeah.
it's going to take some time.
I did not expect it to be 10:30, 11.
When I was a young man, we always had people over for the pay-per-view fights. And it was the main event was always at like 10:30, 11 o'clock. So I feel like...
Pay-per-view. Mike Tyson, Holyfield.
Oh, yeah. But I watched... They were showing...
A bite noise I just made.
I watched Mike Tyson lose his first fight to Buster Douglas.
Okay, I did not see that one.
Yeah, we saw them all. I didn't even care about boxing, but my mother's friends did, so they would all just come over, and it was fun.
I have to give CJ... I have to give you mad props because today you were the only one on time.
We were supposed to start at 12.
That was amazing.
And
I felt so bad.
There was nobody here.
Nobody.
Well, Connor was here.
I even called the host. This is CJ as the co-host. I called the host Nick. I'm very proud of you, CJ. I have to say that. That's
try. I did screw it up last week though.
I wouldn't. You're allowed.
Because I was all like, "Oh shit, I totally forgot."
Yeah, but me and Connor did. If you guys didn't hear it, because you're not going to hear it, because I didn't edit it and put it out. But Connor and I did a podcast, and it was
an election special. Was that what that was?
It was an election special.
We did do an election special.
We did not release only because it was an hour and 45 minutes long, and I had
of just the two of you.
Yeah.
I can see how nobody would want to listen to that.
So your audience, you are welcome. But I just want you guys to know, as an audience, the members listening, the people that are donating to the podcast, which none of you, but go fuck yourself.
None of you are
yet, right? No, to all the audience members who are listening and have been enjoying the fun with us, I will not release anything if it's absolute and utter horseshit. That's so that's. You're welcome.
Good. It was good. It just wasn't up to our standard.
Connor said it was good. It was good. It was good for me and Connor to do.
Yeah, I think. Yeah,
right. Work through some things.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. It's therapy.
Did you go over to watch the fight as well?
I did. Actually, I had a quick question for you.
Sure.
When you walked in this morning,
were you whacking it under the?
No, I was like,
always.
No, I was like half asleep.
Were you thinking I was Dan? Probably.
I thought you were Dan at first, and then I heard a very deep, bass, and I was like, "That's not Dan."
I love CJ's voice.
I was like, "Hey, buddy,"
and I was like, "Okay, well, it sounds friendly," and I didn't even reckon. I was like, for some reason, I was just like, "Whatever," still waking up.
Connor was like, "Hello,
hello."
CJ walks in, he excuses himself so fast, and I was thinking to myself, I was like, "I guess he hasn't seen me since the haircut. I hope he knows it was me."
I think I knew it was you. I think I knew it was you.
I like CJ's haircut.
You hoped it was me.
I have to do this.
Simplism.
I am actually bald.
Simplistic.
So I just do it myself at home. Saves me tons of money. I haven't paid for a haircut since I was 22 years old.
Let's do an analysis on this young guy sitting next to us named Connor. Is he going
what?
Is he going to go bald? Is Connor going to go bald?
Nah.
Wow.
He's looking like.
Have you ever seen an 80-year-old with a full head of hair?
I don't know.
Nah, but
it's very rare.
Going bald means as a younger man.
Oh.
Everybody expects an old person to lose hair.
My brother Dave, DJ Boda at the Fullerton Pub, he's been bald since he was 27.
Yeah, I've been bald since I was like 22,
yeah.
And
I gave him a lot of credit.
And right about then, I just went.
I think
full
22,
shave.
22 might have been right around it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Dave. I tried. CJ Road. I didn't want to be like this is. I don't want to put out a false aura. If you're going to go bald, if you're not there by 26, you're doing pretty good.
Yeah,
I think you're that's no scientist talk behind that, but
and I was still able to get myself a wife. So
your wife. You know what? Lauren,
it doesn't matter as much as most people say.
Lauren and I watched Borat #2 the other day.
Oh, is that the one where Giuliani tries to bang?
He does not. He doesn't.
He tries to bang some young kid.
It's like a podcast. They take out things to make it sound better. Yeah, he was absolute. If you watch it carefully, he was not. He was literally trying to put a microphone on.
But that is the one where they set that up.
They set it up to look like that. Okay. Just like
I saw that one.
Just like the father didn't put a baby in daughter's belly. The father gave the daughter a cupcake with a baby mannequin little thing on it, an edible candy with a baby with arms like these.
You
know what? But baby in daughter's belly, and it hurts. Yeah, it hurt my belly. It hurt.
What was this from?
It's going to hurt asshole on way out. Borat number 2.
I have never seen Borat number 2.
Oh my god, it's the best.
I think I might have heard that bit though.
They go into.
Probably saw it on YouTube.
They go into a bakery
Maybe.
they order a cut, and she's like, mullet, daddy, please, I want it. She wanted a cupcake, and he's like, you can't have a cupcake. You're a woman. You don't eat cupcakes. You don't eat that. And so they go behind a dumpster, and she eats the cupcake with the baby. She really wanted the one with the baby arms. The baby was like a.
That's the special one you're supposed to find in the cake, right?
No, it's a baby sitting on top of a cupcake. It's like a little.
I know what you're talking about, though.
Yeah.
I think that's for like baby showers.
Baby showers, yeah.
They do something for Mardi Gras too. It's like,
who's the worst person in the world, CJ?
Probably Logan Paul.
I thought you were going to say Donald Trump. I thought you were going to say Donald Trump. Our newest president that we're going to be having January the 1st.
6th, right? We're probably going to send it for the 6th.
It doesn't matter.
Match up.
He acted
everybody else with the other resident. Nice.
He acted like he was president since he last was president.
The best fight of the night was the women by far.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we said that earlier when you were downstairs primping your hair.
I was taking a shower. I worked out yesterday and then came over and watched which went on forever, by the way.
I said, Connor, come over and watch the fight at 8 o'clock. It's going to be awesome. Lauren said it comes on at 8 o'clock. Woo, hurry up. And now I'm calling my stepdad. Hey, you should show up at Lauren's house. We're going to watch this awesome fight at 8 o'clock.
What time did the fight actually start? It was like midnight.
Like 10:45 to 11 that's when it started. He had to come in on
it had to be
a Grease
after that.
Monkeys. He came on a Grease Monkey car.
I was at a concert until 11 o'clock.
Wow, really?
And then I got to the establishment probably around 11:15.
I was hammered by like 9.
And 11:15. And now there very well could have been a delay.
Sober by 11.
A delay happening because he had 3 different TVs showing it, and there was all different times of the fight.
Oh, that's correct.
You might have seen it later.
So I might have seen it later.
Netflix did shut down as well for a portion of time. So when it was buffering, if you recall,
it wasn't necessarily a Netflix issue, I don't think. But they did say
they said that
they crashed the server.
The
servers.
Because too many people were
that wasn't us. That was them.
That was them. It was 80 million people worldwide trying to watch that fucking fight. You know,
pussies.
Dan's over here watching. He's like, "Man, I can't believe your Wi-Fi sucks this bad." And it's like,
I literally said, "It's because we just put the Blink cameras on."
No, it was definitely Netflix side.
It was Netflix.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice. I doubt.
Nice to clear that up. Sorry,
Netflix
Lauren,
has
for down
ever
here.
had that many people trying to watch it at one time.
Yeah, I highly doubt that. I don't have any live things that they've done. They did one live thing.
This Christmas, they're hosting all the football games.
That's what I was going to reference. Was the they started this season.
Raphael, use this mic. I don't want to get it too close.
Nice.
Oh my gosh!
It is a comedy podcast.
Nick, what is that?
I still have a little bit of a headache, but I know if I didn't come over, it'd be World War IV. So
nice.
Oh, I was only going to kill you.
We're skipping 3 straight to 4.
We're all feeling a little tired. And today's
Nick, I'm sorry you have a headache. Do you want me to cut your finger off so you feel better?
I already tried.
Oh,
nice.
Oh,
nice. We love it here.
Call back.
We're always having.
I punched the ground the other day tightening a tire because it slipped off the lug nut.
Oh, that sucks.
Oh, like a type of thing as you're trying to turn it.
Do you get your no? Shit,
so, one of our drivers basically ran over a fat rock, and somehow that rock punctured his tire. And for some reason, his, I don't know what the fuck you would call it, his wrench that comes with the car, instead of being a 90-degree piece of iron, for some reason it was like 104 degrees.
Okay.
So it's not all way. It was like an L with the. If you bent it out,
it's kind of like an obtuse L.
Oh, that's really
a great word.
That's awful.
So you don't really get the torque you need.
You don't get that turn.
It wasn't that. It was also kind of like slightly like bent.
So when you try to do it, oh my god.
So when I had to put it onto the lug nut, not only did I have to like hold it straight, I had to like. It was just like a weird, like I had to pull back and tighten at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
It was, and it ended up slipping off, and
That
I
sucks.
like full straight onto the ground.
Something about Nick, it makes you like feel better when you have a flat tire or something that you have to take off
I've
of
changed
it.
too many tires.
He changes a lot of things, and like I had one that was like my cousin Megan was over here. And she had
Here's Judd.
and was it Judd also? You helped with Megan as well. I thought.
I don't remember Megan.
See, that's what I'm saying. He does it a lot.
He does it so many
Oh,
times.
I do
You do remember.
it.
And I was like, I was too into the situation, sort of like the one time we were pouring concrete and the guy broke his hip. I couldn't call the ambulance. I was like, Nick, you have to do this. You have to be the stronger man. And he is. He's the guy.
He is the stronger man.
Comes in and just knocks it out because I'm like, I don't want to scratch your car. Nick's like, he's not going to scratch your car, but like he's not thinking about any of that. He's like, I'm going to change this fucking tire.
Right.
Boom.
We're going to
done.
make this happen right now.
Yeah. All that. So anyway.
No pussyfooting around.
You're leaving. You're not staying at my house. That's basically my thought.
Nice.
Oh, nice. Is that?
You're going home.
Yeah,
Nice.
you're gonna go home. You're not
Get
gonna
out.
Stay, yeah.
Ooh, yeah, you got a flat tire. I mean, as long as you have a pillow in there, right?
So,
It's not going to be too cold out tonight.
Yes,
You should be
it's
fine.
really turn on the heat for a while.
is somebody gonna?
They say if you pump the exhaust in the car window.
Oh,
You sleep like the dead.
Yeah, that's what I say. That's good.
it's the best sleep you'll ever get. Anyway, so Nick, I'd like to ask you a question. So is CJ and so is Connor. It happens to do with what did you do last night between the 8 o'clock
And midnight.
and midnight? As far as television wise, did you do anything special?
I didn't watch that stupid ass fight. That's what you're asking about.
Yeah, and I'm with you on the fact that I did watch the fight, but I didn't.
It was stupid.
It was. I agree 100% with you.
I feel like they got us.
They got us. They really did.
They got you.
I know. Yes.
Yeah, they got you.
Well,
didn't
they
get me.
ain't got me. I was there for the camaraderie.
I didn't necessarily hear the words Netflix is putting on a show. I didn't hear that.
It's been
I knew
all
it.
over the interwebs.
Oh, this
for the-
morning? Yeah.
Because it's very upsetting.
Well, no, the whole Netflix promoting this fight. It's been all over the internet for months now.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
of course they're going to. I mean, they're putting 20 million out per person, basically.
Yeah, they got like
40 to
150 million back.
Paul.
Yeah, of course they're going to get money back. I mean, you think they're only paying us, between 20 and 30 an hour? You think they're only making 20 and 30 an hour off of us out in the world? They're making 70 to 190 an hour off of each of us, and they're keeping. We're talking about our employers. So that's how the world works. But okay, so my main thing that I wanted to put out there was that Netflix. I heard it was rigged, right? But it's not rigged in the way that everyone thinks. It's not rigged in the way that they know Jake Paul was going to win or that Tyson. But they did make the first three. CJ didn't get to see them, but the first 3 or 4
Bouts.
First
Thank
2
you.
I didn't watch. I watched the lady
Absolute
fight
fucking
and-
horse shit. They're up there. They're just like
Well, No, I will say they got me for 2 minutes. I will say
Nice.
that. And the only reason I say that is because as I was going to bed, I was like, as I was going to bed around like 10:30, I ended up looking online just to see if the fight had started yet because I heard that it was starting quotations at 8 o'clock. And I figured, 2.5 hours later would be enough time to have all the pre-fights out of the way and everything. And no, there was
No.
it was 2 women
Not even
fighting.
close.
It
not
was-
even close. Connor was asleep
That,
at
that,
like
that 2 women
took
fighting
a
was
power
the
nap.
best fight of the night.
Yeah, they were bloody.
that was the
I was about to
best.
say-
And it wasn't even about the blood. They were
So when
they
you were
were
saying
playing for
that-
keeps. That's
Right.
Yeah, when you were saying like they were like, I was about to say that's the only time I tuned in, and it was for like
women?
It was literally the last 2 rounds,
Oh, that was great. They were phenomenal.
but they
chick-
were like apparently the one girl, Katie, like from what I heard, she just kept headbutting.
Nope. I don't know. You're right. You are
loved
right by people thinking or saying that's what they wanted you to think.
It was the coach of the other.
Yeah, I
girl.
talked about that earlier at the very
Um,
beginning. The coach was saying that the other girl's headbutting. But
Yeah.
okay, the other girl, if she's been headbutting us a lot in the past, don't you go, oh, that girl's going to headbutt you. Don't do that. Don't get near her head 'cause she's going to try to
It's
headbutt you.
not necessarily that. It's something that should have been stopped by the officials.
So here's
Headbutts are not cool.
Headbutting is illegal in boxing.
Here's what they also said. They're like, she's also the lightest featherweight that you could possibly be. She's the featherweight champion of the world, fighting 10 or roughly 12 pounds more than her. And 12 pounds of like really, like they're nothing but lean.
That's like muscle. That's not 12 pounds of fat.
It's pure muscle, and it's like, and that's a big difference in fighting standards.
Right.
And it's like she's fighting up.
It was 12 pounds of her eyebrow probably falling off of her.
What it was more, it was like a Rocky moment because here she is, she's like fighting up and everything else. She's getting her head beat in, and she's just still fighting. I mean, that was good boxing.
It was. The ladies did it the best of the night. Absolutely.
The rest of the openers were like good. They were like good, like amateurs. You would see them maybe fighting somewhere, right? It's not like they're bad. It's just like, especially the first guys. I thought that was like, this is a lousy warm up. This is like, everybody must go and
It was.
get a concession.
I heard the first fight was garbage.
It was absolute garbage.
Go get your beer now. You got these guys playing. Like, really, you can take a nap, take a break.
By the way, to answer your question, what I was doing between those hours, I was playing RuneScape.
Oh, that's good. I was more trying to segment into the segment of the fight.
Yeah, I was playing RuneScape.
Nice.
Connor's been playing World of Warcraft aircraft carriers.
No. It's World of Warships.
World of
Legends.
Warships, yeah.
One of my
Okay.
favorite.
I got
it's my
pretty
favorite
close.
games.
Is that
That's
on
a
the
free-to-play
Xbox?
game.
It is on the Xbox.
Nice.
Do you ever like use the promo codes that people use in the videos?
No,
That's how they
I
get
didn't
you.
even know that they had.
No, they have a fuck ton of like promo codes and
Oh, for
like,
the War-
on like YouTube, like where it's like you can get free shit, like
Oh, wow.
different destroyer class ships, different planes.
Oh.
Like I don't.
I'm a
play
huge
the
nerd.
game.
I'm a huge nerd about all the ships and everything. So I'm like telling Dan, I'm like, this ship was back in service during 1943, and it was in this battle. And Dan's like, I don't care, dude.
You know, I just
like, shut
recently watched a video on the concrete destroyer
Nice.
down in the Bay of the Philippines.
I don't know if you're talking about the one that's like destroyed, but it's like still like
Yeah.
it's beached. Yeah.
No, it's not. It's not a ship. It's literally an island that they leveled and built like concrete. Like literally, it's like 9 feet thick concrete, and it's
like-
it's
Ooh.
made to look like a battleship.
That's funny.
It's
Is,
called-
is that the one that's
I
in
don't-
Cape May? There's one has been beached in
No, it's
Cape
in the
May, New Jersey.
Philippines.
Oh, it's in the Philippines. You said
Is that
that.
like
it's
South
not.
China?
It's an island.
Oh, it's
China?
that big?
No,
But
it's,
they
it's
made
li-
to look like one.
Yeah, it's an island made to look like a battleship. It's called the SS Go. Or the SS Nowhere, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like the Spratly Island kind of thing.
SS
That's neat.
nowhere.
That's awesome.
Go nowhere.
Yeah,
that's
I think
that's
it's
great.
SS Nowhere somewhere.
Well, in Cape May, I was referring to there's an actual
I'm
right
gonna
off
look
of
that up.
Diamond Beach. Yeah, we can look that up if you feel like it. But there's an actual concrete ship, and that's what I was confusing it. But yeah, so it was just like, this is a ship. It just doesn't move.
Concrete seems like a bad material to build a ship out of.
no, it was.
nice.
It does.
Solid. He really got you there. He said,
got
well,
me.
hold on.
But if I'm getting shot at by
It
mortars and
technically
shells,
isn't sinking, so much gradually
much.
each year.
Like there's an actual story behind it. There's a gentleman I've been listening to some stories on YouTube. It's called the Fat Electrician. He does very like interesting breakdowns of a bunch of different historical facts throughout wars and shit like that. And he was the one who talked about it. And basically they built this. No, just cut this because it's gonna go into a whole fucking
Nice.
story of like 15 minutes of me describing.
why don't we get to it at the end?
Yeah.
We'll
Well-
tease it. We'll talk about it at the end. We're only here for exactly 1 hour because I get anxiety. We'll be here an hour and 10 minutes because after an hour and 30, I start to freak out.
Nice.
Too much.
He's like, I have
Just
so much
to
tangents.
get down.
so
and-
much to cut.
Let's talk about the Tyson fight real fast because I have something I want to get off my chest about it. I do feel like it was rigged.
Okay,
Yes,
here.
that's
So we're gonna go
no-go.
back into another segment of. I'm just fucking with you, Connor.
Nice.
Let's introduce everyone again.
Nice.
It was
That's
called
what
the
he did.
USS No Go.
No go.
I do love that.
All right, Connor. I'm sorry. U.S. no go. That's good. All right,
Fort
Connor.
Drum,
No.
not the one in North Carolina.
There may be
Well, yes, Dan.
No.
hair of the dog for me here.
Yeah.
Michelob Ultra.
We'll have to go see the
Connor,
one in
you
North
wanted to talk
Carolina
about
as
what?
well.
You want to talk about the
Oh.
SS?
Well, so Mike Tyson here, right? Mike Tyson is a legend, and that's why they brought him back. They say Mike Tyson.
57.
He's
58.
58.
Yeah.
when you think
Close.
about boxing, and you think about not just boxing, but the fury, the veracity, the everything else that comes with boxing. It's like Mike Tyson every time. Right, he bit off some guy's ear. He went somewhere mentally. Seriously,
I think Mike Tyson stays somewhere mentally.
Well,
I don't think that he goes
definitely
anywhere.
at a
He's
young
not a normal person.
at a young age, right? Mike Tyson was coming up and everything else, and he had to fight and he had to win in order to be successful, right? And that's a drive and everything else. And at this age, he's he's retired, and he's definitely still got the fight in him and everything else. And you could tell he's still a great boxer, But I think that if you've been training for a year, and both parties have probably, Netflix is involved, everybody else is seen between the lines. And
I don't
the
think Mike
curtains.
Tyson gave a shit about any of that. I think he was like, I'm fighting. That's what I'm doing. I'm here. He's the
Well,
worker.
I think he's also like, I'm going to get paid for this. He's like, I'm not
He's
going
getting his $20 million.
Yeah, he's not going to show up for
Well,
nothing.
he did go bankrupt, so that makes sense. Why he has to. I mean, if you said, Dan, go out there and play a show, it would be like, well, I do need to pay my mortgage.
Yeah.
So I think if you're watching between the curtains and you're seeing both fighters and everything else, you're going to know kind of who's where, right? Especially with the performance that Mike Tyson had on. He had a great boxing performance, but it was just like...
There's a lot of defense, really.
It was a lot of defense. He tired himself out quickly. He's an older
Well,
guy.
And I feel like Logan, or Jake, whatever,
Yeah.
the Paul guy,
Jake Paul.
he led to that too because he was running away from Tyson
In the very beginning of the fight, he started getting
because
scared.
if
He was
Tyson,
scared out of his
if
mind.
Tyson didn't knock him out in the first two, that it was going to go the distance.
Yeah, it wasn't going to go.
Like,
And Tyson started getting kind of nervous on like round 4 and 5. It starts biting his. He starts biting his evidently
had to bite something.
biting his. But he does it. He said at the end, "What were you biting your glove for?" They asked him during the interview, and he said, "Well, I do have a biting fixation."
There you go.
Well, here's my point with it being rigged.
No,
right?
I felt like the guy saying, "No shit."
I think the entire time that they were training, it was like, here's boxing, here's everything else. But then also, look, this is how you're going to defend against Mike. All right, you're going to give him the distance. They're training for each other. I think Mike really just trained. He's like, I don't want any major injury at this point in my life. He's like, if I'm going to get smacked in the head a few times. Back in the day, like it's like
58, you might go down and not get up.
At heavyweight, you trade blows. If you get punched in the face, you immediately punch back in the face, right?
Counter hits, yeah.
But like sometimes you just eat it and you just throw one, and it's just about who hits the other one hardest sometimes. And that's the crazy thing about heavyweight boxing. It's just like sometimes there's a moment where you can both land a hit and you just go for it, and you just don't see that with Tyson fighting.
Tyson got hit, and his face was very clearly
Swollen.
I forgot what that felt like.
Yeah.
I forgot what a real hit feels like. And it was like, and he walked backwards. He's like, oh, fuck. Like you could just see it in his eyeballs. And the HD videos that they're doing, the video cameras were phenomenal. You could really see all the facial reactions of each person. And they were both scared out of their mind.
Like Tyson, if he lost, he won. Right?
I feel like by round 5, Logan wasn't. Shit, I keep saying that. Jake wasn't afraid anymore. He's like,
He did find.
He's like, there's 6 minutes left here. I got this, no problem.
And meanwhile, we don't like as an audience, we're not sitting there thinking we're watching these commercials. They're having some camaraderie. Like Jake Paul and Mike Tyson, they're both probably enamored a little bit by each other's. Jake Paul's up and coming. Mike Tyson wants to help out. Everyone has good behind them. They want to help out their if I were to see a drummer that kind of sucks on stage, be like, man, you did really good. You should try, you should try a little bit more with your left foot on the hi-hat. I think you're going to open and close. You're going to get a lot more accents and stuff. That's the stuff that they're talking about. And I don't know. I just felt like during the fight, I saw Mike, and this is just me thinking my own thoughts of what is Mike Tyson thinking at this moment. I don't want to knock this guy out in front of everyone, man.
Right. I don't want to destroy a legacy. Not that I think it would have. I don't think anything that happened could have destroyed any of Mike Tyson's real legacy of his time.
There's just no real fury in that fight on either side, I think.
It was a lot of defense, but for me looking on the television, I know it's not the same. But I'm just like, walk forward and hit him, right? Did anybody think that at all?
More than a couple times, but I'm also like, you walk forward and you're just inviting being smashed in the face.
A bee's hive.
Would you say that baby looks like a demon?
I think all babies look like demons.
That baby's eyes are like fully black.
They
haven't colorized yet.
Looking at a baby picture, and I would say that I've never seen a baby and went, oh, it's going to be a pretty person. That person's going to be.
They were in a cramped space and they had to get shot out of there. All right, do you think they're going to look normal coming out?
So my aunt,
that baby looks like I've never seen a baby with fucking all black eyes, no white.
I have to get you this picture. My aunt, my Aunt Betty has a picture of my cousin, and from when he was a baby, like that picture you just showed me, and it looks like a gremlin coming out of the ground. It was so disgusting. It looked like a praying mantis. And it's the first picture you see when you walk in the house every time.
Just right there at the doorway.
She's like, isn't it hilarious? Oh, I'm like, it's fucking awful. It never moves, still there.
I did think Jake Paul coming out in a car was a little bit douchey.
And the car, the whole thing, it wasn't even a real car.
He didn't do the turn. He didn't even do the turn. Did you see that?
That's a tight turn, dude.
He was like, I'm not going to try this.
That's a tight turn.
I was making jokes the entire time. Well, you know what? If you're going to pull a truck out, you can do the turn, right?
Right. If you're going to do it right.
Yeah. Go all the way to the stage. Like,
that car had nothing in it but just a very thin body and a seat that was probably like a wheelchair.
Could you imagine?
There was nothing in there. It was so light.
They had the bird.
They picked it up and moved it over 2 feet,
right.
You know?
I think, imagine being the stage manager and being like, okay, now we know that you want to come out here on the truck, but like we have this turn here. You're not going to be able to do it. So can we just end it right there? And he's like, easy idea. Let's just bring it up all the way. And it's like, who's managing this crap?
That was
it's
a 45-degree turn. A dead stop turn. Yeah.
It's just overproduction of the whole thing. I was like, I feel like I'm watching WWE right now.
It was like, WWE mixes boxing. That was what that was.
It felt that way.
Don't get me wrong. I like in WWE where somebody actually like starts bleeding legitimately from like something. I'm like, that guy really got hurt. We should like watch
these
this
guys get messed up no matter what you do.
And I'm like,
I hurt myself doing the dishes sometimes.
I sneezed the wrong way, man.
Ow, my back! Oh, I sneezed.
It's just like
it's rough, man. Life sucks, and then you die.
Wait till you hit 40, guys.
You guys are in for it. It's gonna be good times. I coughed. It's so true.
Nick and I have a suicide pact.
39.
Shoot each other.
Very nice.
A duel out in the street.
That's right. Well, we want to do it right.
Yeah, we both got our flintlocks ready.
That's right. We charge for admission.
You probably won't get 20 million apiece.
No.
Hey, guess where I'm going tonight, guys?
Where are you going?
I'm going to go, and I'm going to look up the show so I don't get it wrong. I'm going to go see Havoc. That's the one band.
Where is that?
Baltimore Soundstage.
Are you going with? Did you get free tickets?
I got tickets from Judd, my guitar player. Bought tickets.
Not from Raphael.
I'm not going as a rock star this time.
Is Connor going as a rock star?
I don't know if Connor's going. I tempted. Okay, I'm going to say this. This is actually part of the podcast that we've been discussing. If Connor and I had to, while we're waiting for the 15 fights to end last night to actually watch a real shitty fight.
A real shitty fight.
I'm sorry. I said to Connor, because he's in the previous podcast said he didn't need me to get into the show. He said that. He's taunting me. He's like,
I remember.
He said, I don't need you to be on the guest list
There
were
3 stories about that night.
I'm very
There was
confident.
the Connor story, the Dan story, and the Raphael story. They were all a bit different.
So I want Connor to if he's a real man, I want you to get. I want to see you at the show, but I'm not going to be in any way involved. You can drive. Well, you are driving us there, so
I'm driving you there.
You're driving us there, so it's up to you.
You're going to see Connor on stage.
So
watch.
I can't wait.
You're going to be in the crowd, be like, "What the fuck, dude?"
So Dan brought this up to me last night, and I was like, "Yeah, I can get in. I'm not really worried about it." And he was like, "Well, I don't really know these guys. They might be good. They might be bad. Blah blah blah."
Oh, they're awful.
So I'm like, oh, then I could definitely get in. I'm not even worried about it. And I was like, but do I want to go?
Yeah, it's not a
so
show.
I said, I'm pretty sure I could get in. I was like, I got in last time and felt really confident. I felt more confident about it than anyone else who came in that day. I'm sure Raphael just walked in, but then he was unnerved.
It probably also helped that you had your camera.
I know how to get into places.
I'm going to bring my camera again.
The question is the ability to get in places. Should you just because you can? In this sense, maybe not. I haven't decided yet. We'll see how I feel later.
Nick,
if you see me
I want you to look up Havoc.
I
want you to look up Havoc. What do they describe Havoc as?
Because I'm slightly dyslexic, I read Havoc Colorado Trash Metal.
That's what I saw.
Actually, Havoc Colorado Thrash Metal.
Trash metal sounds better.
It's
right?
the same thing.
Trash metal would at least be unique in the sense that they're honest.
Yeah.
Right?
It is.
Like,
no,
this is some trash metal. You're not gonna be paying attention. You're gonna be moshing. Right?
As a rhythm,
moshing, going to get a beer.
As a rhythm guy,
we're at a bar.
It is nearly impossible to play the speed and the amount of hits that this guy plays on the drum set.
Would you consider it good or bad the way
it
he
is?
does
It's going to be fantastic music, drum wise, but as far as the lead screamers and singers and stuff, and the guitarists are always kind of jumbled together. It's not, you don't hear, you hear, it's just too fast to explain.
They don't mesh.
They're going to be meshing. They're going to be doing it meshing, and they're professionals. They're going to be pretty tight, but you don't get to know how tight they are. The only way you can tell is listening to the drummer, and it's something that you would listen to on a really high quality stereo system by yourself and try to follow
in your headphones.
Yeah, in headphones, a close reference monitor type situation. This is going to be utter chaos.
Be a little muddy sounding, possibly.
Oh yeah, the whole time.
In the room.
And the soundboard is not manned for the first couple bands, not by anybody who gives a flying fuck.
Nice.
So the soundboard is that's coming out of the speakers. I can kind of hear it good. But when Dave Matthews Band were to play, they have their own dedicated, detailed. Everything has to be heard.
They're their sound guy.
Yeah. So the main
knows
group,
the levels.
The main guy for Havoc.
They're also not playing at Baltimore Soundstage.
Yeah, it is. Although it does sound good there. I mean, it's not phenomenal. Havoc show, Baltimore Soundstage. I'm going to just so CJ this Saturday, November 16th, 2024, which is today. Doors open at 6 p.m. Showtime's at 7. Exodus with special guests Havoc, Candy, and Dead Heat. And it looks...
Oh, so Havoc is actually like the third band playing? Of 4?
Havoc is going to be...
Sounds like Exodus is the top.
Exodus is the top. If I go off of the bottom one on this thing says Candy, the middle one says Havoc. Exodus is the other one. And I'm sure they're great guys and stuff. It's just... it says on here, North American Disaster. That is their
the tour name?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And it sounds like it's going to be a disaster. I'm going. Judd is an older man. He's one of my guitar players.
The Metal Maniac.
Metal Maniac, and I have many guitar players. Neil is going to. By the way, Neil and I got together. Neil, Graham,
yep,
and I played together. Just him and I.
Like here.
Here.
Nice.
On I guess it was last Saturday or Sunday or something. We made a night where it was just him and I, and about 2 hours of. First, we started off with stuff that we played when we were 12.
Any recording?
No, we don't do that because as soon as you hit the record button, the whole world changes.
Okay.
So this is for me and him.
They were really ass. That's why.
We were really what?
Guys, we were.
Ass
is you can't believe how good we were. We didn't record it because we don't want you to know how good we were. It would just blow your mind.
It was just a bunch of grunting. It was man sex.
After you listen to us, it will never be the same
so
again.
I will say if there's any drummers listening, I'm sure there's 2 or 3. I use hot rod sticks, which are the shish kebab sticks wrapped up in tape kind of thing, so it's a lot quieter. And he had a full rig, man. You've seen?
Did he play his electric?
Electric with his footboard rig. It had 8 or 10 things. Really well done.
I've definitely seen Neil go off on the guitar. He's really good.
He's really
Neil
fucking
really
good. And he's not showboat. He's not a showboat guy. No. This Havoc show is all showboating.
Did you go to a show down at the 8x10?
I couldn't make it this time, but there's another one in a month I'm going.
Okay, I couldn't go this time either, but
yeah,
I might do it.
I've had a lot of things happening, but at the same time, so him and I got to play a good hour and a half to 2 hours, and I can't say enough or portray the rejuvenation as a drummer musician to play with somebody who you influenced and was influenced by and utilized both your experiences throughout your entire life. Like he and I were playing things that I remember bringing to the next couple bands that I played with.
He is trying to take credit for Neil's greatness.
Nice.
I don't believe that's true, but I do think that he and I have and everybody, you guys have influenced me with the podcast. I mean, we would never be where we were if Nick showed up every time on time.
Jesus.
Yeah. Go for it. I don't give a fuck.
You guys are all great. We've all influenced each other, and that's it was really cool because we sat down and we started talking for 3 minutes. He says, "Let's stop talking," and we played music.
By the way, last Thursday was fucking worth it.
What was last Thursday?
We beat the shit out of the Bengals, but we barely beat the shit out of the Bengals.
I should have expected to not do a podcast last week. I should have. Nobody told me. I don't watch sports.
Yeah.
I told you on Sunday. We had 2 home games back to back, and we beat Broncos on
Sunday.
I ended up getting home at 4:00, and you were out on the boat.
Did you go to both of them?
Yeah.
Nice. I went to the Denver game. I didn't go to the Bengals game.
I've been to every home game this year.
Nice.
But yeah, I told you, I said, yeah, I'm letting you know now. This is 5 days in advance.
Oh, yeah. I didn't expect you to show up last week. I think I expected CJ, but he was probably watching the game.
I said it totally slipped my mind because the game was on tonight, and I was in the middle of cooking chili for it.
Raphael was out photographing himself while he was doing security somewhere.
What happened to the on-air sign, man?
Oh, it's on there.
But
on air.
It looks like it's all.
This on-air box has been tossed around, banged around.
Been through some shit.
It's on now.
I did have it mounted. It's a little tiny on-air box. You'll see. It's the same one that they use that the guy uses on the. I know you guys watch Super Yacht News with E. Sisman.
I don't.
Okay.
Don't even
Nobody?
know what that is.
I know it was a joke, but E. Sisman. If you guys are into boating, you should watch E. Sisman Super Yacht News, and it tells you about all of the yachts. I've never been on a yacht before, but it tells you all about the yachts that are riding around. And it's interesting. There's like yacht fires. There's what's the guy who owns Amazon and Google and all that?
Bezos.
Yeah, he's got like a yacht for his yacht, you know?
Of course.
And you get to see all that stuff. And
you can't drive the big yacht around everywhere.
It is basically an island. So E. Sisman is good.
And it's actually made out of fiberglass.
On the back, in his music
concrete.
studio. It's not concrete, yeah. In his studio, he has the same on-air box. And his is mounted, so I tried to do his, and it fell down. And it's good. I mean, it's...
We know there's a bunch of boat aficionados listening, though. So.
Yeah, and there's a few local horse aficionados that want to hear from Nick's wife, Kate.
The equestrians.
How is Prince doing?
He's a horse.
He's horsing around.
He's definitely horsing around.
Yeah, he's still got 4 legs, the tail.
And when he doesn't, he's glue.
Yeah.
Oh, you can't say those jokes to Kate. She gets really...
We like to make glue the old-fashioned way.
That's right.
Out of horses.
Horse meat is a little gamey, but you get used to it.
You just stew it down.
Best in jerky, really, in my opinion. Nice.
So Connor, did you ever play RuneScape growing up?
I didn't.
Do you know of it though?
I do know of it. Yes.
I wasn't sure. The reason I pegged you as somebody who would play.
You pegged. How was it, Connor? Did you make him put a condom on?
It's funny because he didn't. I mean, why would we need it? But we decided it'd be more fun that way.
I didn't want to get dirty.
I think when it's man sex, it's not pegging anymore.
They call that making music.
The reason I suspected.
Sweet tunes. All right.
The reason I suspected
you're the one that
somebody to.
What are we talking about?
RuneScape.
RuneScape.
Okay, it's an Xbox.
No, it's computer.
Okay,
yeah.
okay. How do I spell that? ROON.
ROON.
Jesus, guys, I don't know any of this shit.
I've never played it, and it's RUNE.
Yeah, like a rune, dude, like a written rune.
Like a rune. Explain what a rune is.
Like, do you know, like if you imagine you're in the. I'm gonna give you cinematography. Like whatever. So it's
like a ruined scape.
Imagine you just walk into a cave and you see like a bunch of weird symbols or whatever else. And you're like, oh, this is witchcraft. Like what would you call those symbols?
Indian carvings.
Okay, all right. Maybe that was
you're
right. My bad. Let's say there's a cauldron.
Yeah.
There's a cauldron. You're in a gingerbread house and there's all these like mystic
runes.
I don't even know how to say
they're
it.
Fucking runes.
It's like
he is no Google. Connor is no Google.
Because it was very popular in the early to mid 2000s. Like widely within the range of 01 to 06 was, or 08 was technically considered its golden years. You're just an old bitch. That's why.
That's right. Kids nowadays. I know people. I've seen them, and they look like they're adults. And I say, "Oh yeah, nice." And they're like, "Yeah, I was born in 2002." And I'm like, "Oh, okay. You're not an adult. You didn't see 9/11. You need a tragedy in your life. That's what you need. You need a domestic attack in America for you to be an adult nowadays. You need to be nice.
That's not a tragedy though.
No.
If CJ walked into that. So Nick, you don't know. CJ walks into the house today at 12 because that's what we told him.
I did because he said that's when I was supposed to be here.
And I was asleep at another house. I wasn't even home.
Dan's not even here.
I was home, but not this home.
You walk in, CJ's got the headset on, sitting there. He's already fucking mic
He
checked
hits the
himself.
record button.
I left. I was like, have Dan call me. I'll be back.
CJ, what podcast are you on?
I've been tasked with podcasts.
I've been tasked with podcast. Yes. What is our Nick's? What's our Nick? Can you tell the audience what our new email is? You have 3 tries.
I've
3
been
tries.
tasked with podcast at gmail.com.
Yes, that is correct.
Wow.
I didn't.
That's such a straightforward Gmail.
Right.
Sorry, yeah.
I mean, think about what it was.
Danico
Nice.
1410 at gmail.com.
And and people weren't sending you emails?
Nothing.
Never got one.
They're like, was it
Nothing.
1 4? Rewind it 10
Is that
seconds.
a 0 or an O?
Nice.
Now, I will say I'm not getting listeners' emails at this point, but I am getting things such as like
I've been sending you pictures.
Oh yeah, you remember the bleached asshole picture with Raphael from a few podcasts.
that's what that was. Oh, I'm going to throw up now.
Nice.
I did not know what that. It just looked like the bottom of a cup. It was like the bottom of a cup that like the coffee dried out in.
But it looked like an anus.
It looked like a dried piece of gum.
Nice. Nice.
I need your guys' help on this one. Netflix, when I watch on my phone, it goes to English with it says original
Subtitles?
English, not subtitles. English with descriptions. I'm going to actually pull it up, and every time I change it back, so I'm watching the show The Connors.
Okay.
No affiliation with the idiot sitting next to me.
I have no idea. Don't talk about Nick like that.
Might be a better TV show, The Connor.
Oh.
Yeah, The Connor.
It would be good. It would just be me, and I'm just talking. I'm playing all the characters.
This
It's
is
just CCTV footage of you.
It
is.
He's like drunk outside. What is this guy? No, that's good. That's good.
I'm going to turn it down so it doesn't play. But
It's
like
me sneaking into places.
so when I I'm actually
Backstage.
I'm going to see if this.
Next on a black background, the Connors.
Oh.
And plastics.
Yeah. Or it's for the visually impaired.
I guess so. I can't get it to go the fuck away.
It's that's funny. That's hilarious.
Hilarious.
One time I turned
English audio description, and I hit English original. I'll hit apply. You think that would work? Now, if I back out of it and hit play again, English with descriptions.
It thinks that you're blind.
It thinks you can't see shit.
Motherfucker.
They must have seen your driving record. Oh, I'm just joking.
It's actually, my driving record's fucking flawless.
I know.
Impeccable, okay?
Yeah, definitely don't look it up.
can't not be.
It's all right.
So no, I don't really know. I'm sure that if I Google that or something, it'll pop up. But I just got, and I hit play on something, and I just go and change it. That's what I do
Every time.
every time.
That sucks.
I finally got pulled over for having a headlight out after like a month and a half. To 2
Wow,
months.
there's still police on the road.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did you get the ticket that you have to take it up to a
Nope.
shop?
I just got a warning.
Oh,
Okay,
nice.
let me guess.
And
Was it a
guess-
white car, like a white Baltimore or like
No, I was gonna ask. Guess what county it was?
Harford County?
No, it would be the county you
Monkey?
would expect the most to pull me over.
Oh, Baltimore. Well, he didn't say city, so
No,
Mm.
and city, fuck no. The city would not pull me over.
They don't have time to be pulling anybody over.
They have real problems to deal
Where was
with. There's things going down.
Monkey County,
That's a fucking county.
Montgomery.
Anyway.
What am I
Anyway.
in Alabama?
Was it Montgomery County?
It was
Montgomery?
not Montgomery County. No, I was not driving my personal car down to Montgomery County.
Okay,
This was your personal car. That's right.
Yeah,
I was
it's his car,
thinking it
yeah.
was. So,
Wait,
local. Was it Baltimore? Did we say Baltimore County?
No.
I'm pulling up a county map right now. Hold on.
I
He
could,
doesn't know the counties. You
I don't know.
freaking Alabamian.
Howard County,
No, but that's a very good guess.
Carroll County,
No, it's next to Howard. I will say that.
California, Maryland.
which is Montgomery and Prince George's. Or
You
Frederick.
You also got one more.
Frederick.
I mean, I don't.
I'm sticking with it.
I guess
That's
it technically isn't.
Anne Arundel County.
Yeah.
there it is. Anne Arundel.
There you go. Anne Arundel County.
Double A County.
Yeah. AA got me.
Sons
And,
of
um,
bitches. Were you in
They
the...
gave you a warning.
Yeah.
They just wanted to see who you were. That's an excuse to get pulled over. That's what they do with my license plate. I'm like, I never have anything wrong in my
And
vehicle.
when I saw concrete median, and in my head, I was like, oh man, I'm glad he's on that side. And then another thought in the back of my head was like, I should speed up so I can make my turn before he sees me.
Nice.
And I didn't.
Nice.
And he got me.
He's not going to come after me. And then he's like, woo.
Yeah, no, he turned around and all I see like is the headlights like fucking like
I hate
0
that.
to
They go,
112.
they go from red to white again.
It was like, man, like what the fuck? I was not speeding. I wasn't doing anything. It was literally after the game. It was at 2 a.m.
He's
he's
Papa
bored.
drunk.
He's
trying to
bored as
Papa
crap,
drunk. They get
yeah.
money for that shit.
I mean, maybe
That's
but,
big money.
I
They
mean,
want you
Oh,
in
so
jail
it was
too.
Thursday night? This
Yeah.
past Thursday? Gotcha. Okay.
and I was
They want
literally
you in jail.
right outside of my job. Like I could throw a baseball and hit the outside of my building.
And
Were,
that's
were
that
you
guy's,
heading to work,
Work, yeah.
after the game?
that's
Okay.
that guy's job to do that, which is horse shit. His job is to hassle people. Like
That's how I
it's
feel
bad
about
enough
the
you have a
goddamn
headlight out.
MDTA cops.
Yeah.
Their job is to sit there and write fucking traffic citations all day.
Make that money.
I thought that cops around here just like to hang out near those what is it, like speed trap, where they like take a photo and everything else. They set up their like hood on the hood of their equiment and everything else. You know what
I
I'm talking
actually
That's not
wouldn't
cops.
mind.
There's no
not cops?
there's no police officer in those vehicles.
There's
about? I've been thinking about
No,
burning those. what?
They're like Ted, Bob, Tim, Jamal, everybody who their job is to sit there and hit the buttons and
You'd be
They don't
surprised
hit
how
the
often
button.
I
It's an
see nobody
automatic
in there.
thing.
And I
It's like
think
a speed camera.
but they check them. There's a guy
they,
in there.
They probably check them.
Yeah,
But it's not like he sits there all day.
I've
He
been
sits there
flashed-
maybe the first hour and the end hour of the day.
I've been flashed so many times by those things, and I rarely. Well, for one, my license plate's unreadable. That's probably why. Never
That's
mind.
probably a big part of it.
But yeah, good point.
I've been thinking about flipping my tag.
Upside down. We talked about that at one point in one podcast, and we have not verified that. TJ, you were supposed to verify.
I don't know how I would.
There's a
Flip it and run past a couple of them.
Yeah,
Or
come on,
not.
take one for the team, CJ.
I'm just saying, I see so many times that nobody's sitting in those cars. I'm like, if you pulled off right here, that's like $2,000.
You can't see if they're in the car. They're in the back. They have like a lounge chair, and they have like all tinted windows in the back of them.
Well, if they're not police, they don't have anything on them. They don't have. They're not carrying a weapon.
It's
I'm
I
faster.
can rob them.
you're still not allowed
I'm just
to
saying, if
harass
my-
people.
if
in
my
the
mind
world.
goes there-
That's a thing.
If my mind goes there, I'm not going to act on it. But if my mind goes there, I know it goes there for somebody else. And when it goes there for somebody else who will act on it, that will be a funny day.
There have definitely
If,
been people that have attacked these cameras before, and I don't know how or why, but they often get caught.
Yeah, I would assume that. I would
Well, you
assume
got to
so
think
much.
that there's cameras all over at least in my mind, 695. There's cameras all over
Oh, yeah.
695. So
And-
like they're gonna see when the
any of
vehicle
the
entered on the
highways.
highway.
I'm going to
They're gonna
verify
see-
that with you as well, because that when they had the 695 in Maryland, we had an incident. I would say might be wrong. 8 months ago, a vehicle was driving erratically through 695. They saw him on all the cameras driving erratically all over 695, and then they lost control of the vehicle. It hit a median, and it flipped upside down on top of 6 county workers or
That was
something.
like a year and a half ago.
Okay, that's what I'm trying to say.
8 months ago is when the
bridge
bridge fell. Yeah.
That was it only 8 months ago?
Yeah.
God, it feels
Wow.
like fucking forever. God damn. So anyway, that a certain amount of people died that way, and they traced it back by all these cameras that Nick's speaking of. So
It was last summer.
that was
Not-
very
not
that
this,
was
but
very
So
sad.
you're saying
the
there's
summer
latency.
before.
It was mainly
There
sad,
you go.
not just
That's what I hear. Latency.
not just for the death
So
of life
change
and
the plates
locals.
now and then go.
It's got to be an on-foot approach.
It's horseshit in general that one person ruins it for all of them, because we now have at that stretch of lane 45 mile an hour speed limit instead of 55, and they have each side consistently has somebody like a vehicle. If the vehicle's not there next to the porta potty with the speed things, there's no speed trap. But recently around that area for the past year has been every time there's somebody.
Right, and if you're going 60, you're getting a
If
ticket.
you're
for
going
it.
51, you're getting flashed at.
No,
Oh, I can tell you, it happens all the time for me.
it's usually 12 miles.
It was
12 miles over whatever the posted speed
whether
limit
they're
is.
flashing to piss me off or not. They're
You got to
flashing.
think you're also on a highway with multiple other
Yeah,
vehicles.
you might not be the one getting flashed.
Yes, true. That's true.
Because like I saw one the other day and I was going 80, and it was a 45, and I managed to slow down under 40, and the guy next to me like was going slightly faster than me, and it flashed on me, and I was like, "There's no fucking way that was me."
Yeah, I feel like an idiot. I'm going to be an idiot on the podcast. So when these things first came out, these sitting on the side of the road, speed limit, it tells you whether you're going 65 or 10 or whatever. And this is my first experience with these things. I'm in a lane I guess whatever 95 or 695, and I'm going fast. I'm like flying with all these people, and then everyone starts slowing down, and I'm like, what the fuck? Jesus Christ! There's a whole gap in front of us. It's like a line of people, like 6 people, and I couldn't get around. I'm like, what is going
They're
on?
all going 55.
They're all going like 54, 56. And finally, I got like I'm not being a jerk, but I got a little gap, and I finally was like, brah, bah, flash. I was like, oh fuck, oh, you got me. I'll pay that. I paid 45 or whatever it was.
Usually, if I'm driving around and I see everybody slowing down like that, I just feel there's a camera. Like they know better than I do.
Yeah, I'm getting used to it, but yeah, this was years and years ago before I got realized. Anyway,
that they're everywhere.
That same instance where I said I was going 80 and I slowed down, there was a guy on my ass like right before I hit my brakes too. Like he wanted to either pass me or something. And then as soon as I hit my brakes, like, he got closer and then he saw there was a camera. And then after that fact, he kind of like pushed back. He's like, all right.
He's like, okay,
nice.
Thanks for looking out for me, bro.
The last driving story I'm going to tell, and I'm very proud of this one. We're going out in Moncton, and you go down hills, you go up hills, you go down. You got like weird stop signs. It's out in the country, and it was like icy. It was like it was raining, and you know what do you call it? Black ice everywhere.
Yes.
Not black guys. Don't edit this to make it sound like I said black guys.
Who's doing the editing anyways? I'm like, oh yeah, no worries, Dan.
Don't ruin my joke.
For himself later.
Don't ruin my joke. But there's black ice everywhere.
You almost said it.
I've used the word. Oh my God! Did you see all the black eyes everywhere? Anyway,
he's got his mind trained on it now.
I'm out in Moncton and I'm flying around all these roads.
Obviously, no black guys there.
There are not. You're right. I like it out there.
Oh,
dude,
oh,
you're trying to get yourself canceled.
I'm black.
That's
Nobody
right.
even knows that. They can't even tell.
You glow, bro.
I glow. I'm as white as it goes. I dated a black girl. I can say it.
Oh
no, you can't.
No. You saying
I'm
that?
never gonna get this story out.
No, I
have black friends.
I was in a.
I'm right here. I mean, what?
I'm going to follow my story up. Keep going, Nick.
Just real quick. I was at work training this gentleman, and I'm training Jeff, and Jeff's an African American fellow, and we're in this 7-Eleven, and there's this white guy talking to the cashier, who's the manager, owner, whatever you want to call him, the franchisee person, and we're sitting there talking, and all of a sudden, the gentleman at the counter turns around, the customer turns around, and he looks at Jeff, and he's like, "Oh, you training?" And Jeff's like, "Yes, sir, yes, sir." And the guy's like, "Oh, very nice. Is this what you decided to do before all the robbing and stealing?"
Oh my God!
Oh shit!
And the guy's like, "I'm a retired officer. I can say that." And in my head, I'm like, "No, the fuck you can't.
You can't.
You can't fucking say some shit like that."
Thank you for getting a worse one out past my bad one. That's good.
But like after the fact, I'm looking at Jeff. I'm like, "Yo, what the fuck was that?"
Yeah.
He's like, "Yeah, I know." He was like, "I just tried to laugh and
I've only
push
robbed
him
like
along."
3 people.
What do you think I'm here? I would have leaned into it. I'm just waiting for the night shift. I'm like, I don't know what. Like,
Spent 12 years in counting.
I'm just. Where do you live again?
I guess so. Back to my story. We're a month in all these back roads, and it's all a lot of ice everywhere. And
What kind of ice?
It was the kind you can't see.
It's really like clear ice.
Very clear.
It's a very misleading name.
It is. So, and it was snow on the banks. There was snow on the banks of the roads. It was like 4 inches Maryland snow, nothing like Colorado and stuff, but enough that if you go off the road, you're continually going off the ramp or what do you call it?
Until you hit the tree.
Oh yeah,
Nice.
The tree will slow you down.
And these hills are pretty high up and high down, and I'm going slow because you're on ice and it's like there's pavement ice, and I'm like I don't know what's coming up.
And your 4-wheel drive doesn't help you.
Does not help you for shit. People think it does. It's nothing. 4-wheel drive helps you get out when you get.
Right.
When
That means
you get
you
lost.
have 4 wheels spinning uncontrollably instead of 2.
Yes, that's almost worse. They're all moving in different forms. So I'm slowing. I'm coming up over getting ready to go down this hill, and this guy was behind me losing his mind. I can just see it. He's like 5 inches away from my bumper, and I'm like, that's making me go even slower because like I don't want any problems.
Right.
I have this guy on my bumper on my tail going super fast, like right on me, and he goes around me into the oncoming traffic and gets right in front of me, goes down the hill, and the hill turns to the left as it's going down.
Oh, he keeps going straight.
He turned a little, and then the whole thing, you just saw the vehicle just stop turning and just went poof
Sideways.
right into the snow, and he wasn't hurt. I would have stopped.
Did you? Oh, you
I
didn't.
did not stop. No.
How do you know he wasn't hurt?
Because the car just went into the hill going down in someone's front yard. And I was like, there's people at that house, I'm sure. They're fine.
They'll help him.
As I have 4-wheel drive, I'm not pulling.
Shouldn't have passed me, dickhead.
Yeah. I don't know if I beeped at him, but in my brain for this story, I beeped at him as I went by. Ha honk, honk.
Just feeling a little silly. That's good. That's good, Dan.
Yeah, thank you. That was Judd. That doesn't matter for the podcast.
for the show tonight.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Making
What did he say?
He's coming back from New York. I don't know. I didn't ask him.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna wrap up this podcast. It was a good one. We talked about the height. Holy shit! I'm gonna wrap up this podcast. You want to wrap it up, Connor? Pass it over to someone else.
I actually don't like rapping.
Okay, no, this
I
isn't-
feel like
Anyway.
wrapping it up just leaves less room for intimacy.
Right. And it just doesn't feel as good either.
No, yeah.
Let's let Nick wrap it up. Let's wrap it up. Leave Raphael out of it.
The end.
Oh no! Oh, gross.
I love Connor's
Connor's
jokes.
got
Come
going.
on.
It's just no penguins.
not the
It's
fucking
just
penguin
a
joke.
reference to.
Did you learn this one at summer camp?
No, this is actually nice. This is actually this is just Bo Burnham. I was just thinking about it earlier. It's what do
I'm Bo Burnham.
what do crows and men have in common?
Murder.
Neither of them like wearing condoms.
Me and Nick's faces are deadpan.
I would say half of the audience didn't
Half
get this
the
joke.
audience didn't get the joke.
Hey, you know what? It's okay.
What about
Playing to the right.
What about Daniel Tosh's joke? He says I had a woman that I was currently at the moment having relations with, and she said, "What's it like having sex with a condom on as it for a man?" And he says, "How the fuck should I know?"
Doing a lot of fucking Creed. Just like Hold Me Now.
Hold me now.
That's the only thing stuck in my
I'm
head right
6 feet from the edge, and I'm thinking
It's an OG.
maybe 6 feet.
now. What's
So far down.
singing out the side of my mouth. Yeah.
They're coming to the CFG Arena.
CFG. That's what I
Really?
expected to be going
I
tonight.
think in early 25, March 25.
I don't think Havoc
Maybe I'll
and
see if my
Mastodon
friend
can
get
fill
me
up.
tickets.
Yeah.
I just want to go for that song.
just for the one.
Oh,
Dip
me
up.
And then
now.
higher.
worth
How
worth
can
$100 worth $100 bucks.
Me higher.
I got it.
To a place where
I
blind
know
men see.
Yeah,
No, I'd get the tickets for free.
Oh, that's right.
That's
I'll
right.
get some tickets for free.
so he had.
You'd always try
Nick
my
does
method,
get
Nick.
CFG tickets for free.
Just walk in the
Just
back
walk
with a
in.
camera.
Walk in the back. Who are you? Don't worry about it. I'm supposed to be
Oh,
here.
Jim sent me.
Honestly, Connor, this concert I'm going to tonight is not worth the effort of you getting in.
Now I feel like I should get in.
It's
'cause
Colorado
you-
trash.
He's trying to
music.
talk you out of
I
it.
know
the
it's
easiest
the
one.
reverse.
Trash
It's-
metal.
It's going to be the easiest one to get in out of all of them.
So
Ginger,
what he's saying is, if
Ginger
you
was a
do it,
big
it's
one.
not. He's not going to say it counts.
Oh yeah. No matter
that's
what.
a little bit of that.
Nice.
I mean,
It's not going to count.
I feel like I could just walk into this one with a business card or something.
Nice. Yeah, you probably could.
You might want to take a business
I'm
card.
here with the
you.
media, hey?
I got my media pass. They didn't show up on the roster. Oh, man, I drove all the way here from
Why
Alabama.
you give me nice? I thought it was 1920s,
I was
like
going
It
to
was
give
40s.
1940s.
put some skull in your mouth and say, "Come here from Alabama." What's it? Give me another Creed song. What's it? They can't
just
have
did.
just two.
I thought you were. I thought we were done.
We did
Yeah.
Creed. We did Creed before.
I sang
we did
higher.
Dun,
We
dun,
sang 6 feet under.
dun, 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 dun,
6 feet
dun,
from the
dun.
edge.
Hit the button, Connor.
They're all laughing at you.
Bye, everyone.
Hey guys, thank you for being here, and we'll see you in about 2 weeks.